Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video. It is, Monday, August 2nd, I think. I got my day started a little late. I mean, I did turn Doordash on before lunch, but not for very long. And then I just had my lunch because I didn't get anything in that short. I think I had it on for like 30 minutes. Didn't get anything, had my lunch. And then I waited around the house with the app running, wasn't getting anything. So I decided to get out. I was kind of refraining because it's 100 degrees, don't want to really get out in the heat unless I'm working and making some money. So, but I finally decided to get out, and within a few minutes of driving around, I got my first order. It was to a barbecue place. I believe it was paying $6, but after I dropped off, it went up to $8. They added $2 extra tip. So that was pretty cool. And it was ready when I got there, and it didn't take very long to complete either. It was only going like a mile or something, I think. So not bad at all. And I've been sitting here for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I just got my second order to Wendy's. It also says $6. I don't know if this one will go up, but we can always hope. Okay, well, that order was not the greatest. I mean, the pay was all right. She was bagging everything up when I got there, but I don't know if you guys watched the last video. If not, now Wendy's are putting the drinks in the bags like McDonald's does. I don't know if your guys' Wendy's have started doing it, but anyway, so it's a little bit of just an annoyance, I guess, because at first they were just using regular drink carriers, and those drink carriers do not hold Wendy's drinks very good. Wendy's drinks are so heavy. So anyway, I wasn't liking it because of that, but they did get drink carriers kind of like McDonald's now, where they're like rectangular foldable ones that fold out and fit down in the bag. So that's a good thing, but they put 4 drinks in one bag, and so it was so heavy. And then, like, I'm afraid the handle's gonna break, so I'm like holding it from the bottom, and then she forgot to put a Frosty in the bag, so I had a Frosty in one hand and trying to hold the bag with the bottom and by the bottom and by the handles is what I'm trying to say. It was just kind of a lot. And then it was a hand it to me. I ring the doorbell, nobody comes, and I'm trying again to hold the bottom of the bag so it doesn't bust. So I'm trying to not let go of the bag too many times, so that I can knock and ring the doorbell, but they don't come when I ring the doorbell. So I knock on the door, still don't come. So then I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I knock again, and I finally hear somebody say, I think the food's here. And so they came out and grabbed it, but it was heavy. It was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it done. And DoorDash is telling me it's busy, so let's see how busy it is. Even the employee was annoyed. She was like, these bags I think it's a little ridiculous. And I was like, I agree. And I was like, they freaking, as soon as you grab them by the handles, especially when there's more than a couple drinks, it just rips open. And she was like, I've been trying to add extra of the stickers like over the edges to try and hold it extra, which it did seem like it helped some. But the top one in the very middle, right underneath the handles, still ripped. If a bag is sealed, I want it to be sealed, good, so that if that bag gets opened, somebody tampered with it, But I don't want a mediocre seal to where the customer gets it and it's partially open and they're like, did they mess with it or did they not? I don't want a customer to ever question whether or not I messed with their meal, because number one, I would never do something like that. But I know that there's people out there that would, and it's unfortunate. But yeah, I wouldn't want to receive my bag with the seal open or halfway open, or I would probably feel a little bit weird about it. So I hate to deliver a bag with a partially open seal or a fully open seal to a customer, because I just, doesn't feel right. But so yeah, I don't know. I wish they had maybe a different thing for the drinks. I get wanting to put them in the bag so that they, don't get tampered with, but it's just so inconvenient. The bags just aren't as sturdy as they need to be. Maybe they could do what they're doing and then add a big plastic bag around it, so you had kind of double handles or something to hold on to. Maybe that would make it better. I don't know, but they need to figure it out. So I got my next order pretty quickly. It's to CVS, which is right behind me, but it's an alcohol order. I don't think I've ever done an alcohol order from CVS, but it's 2 bottles of wine for $6. Not going too far, I don't think. A couple miles maybe. So plus I was probably a mile and a half from CVS, so it's really not going far to the drop off. But anyway, I probably won't be able to film this one. It's so annoying. Every time I am filming a video, I get either a ton of hand it to me's or I get really crappy orders. And then when I'm not filming a video, I get all leave it doors great orders. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I'm gonna run in here and grab these bottles of wine so we can get this one finished. Sorry for the weird angle, but I got the alcohol order done. It was really weird. I've never shopped for wine in CVS before, so I didn't know where it was. I knew where the drinks were. I knew where the beer was because I've gotten, drinks from there several times for customers, but I've never like shopped for beer or any type of alcohol at CVS before. So I figured it would be next to the beer. It was not. So I walked around the whole store and I was like, what the hell? And I was like, I'm just gonna ask somebody. So I asked, hey, like, do you guys have wine here? And she's like, wine? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, it's right there, like beside you. And I turn around to my left and there it was. So felt a little stupid, but found it, thankfully. But anyway, nice guy at the drop off. Smooth, easy drop off. He had his ID ready to go and everything. So can't really complain about that order. I'm gonna run home real fast because, like I said, it's 102. It keeps going from 102 to 104. The wind is blowing like really hardcore. So I think that's making it seem like it's maybe a little cooler than it is. But I can't remember what my air conditioner is on. And we have a really old air conditioner at our apartment. And it doesn't run very well. So I typically, when I'm not home during the day, turn it up a little higher just to give it a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna run in and go to the bathroom, check on the air conditioner, and then we'll get back out. Checked on the air conditioner. It seemed like it was doing fine. And I waited at home for probably 10 or 15 minutes and I got a Pizza Hut order, which I just got done. I feel like I'm complaining about how all these restaurants are packaging stuff today. Sorry about that. But they didn't put the personal pan pizzas in a bag. Sometimes my Pizza Hut doesn't put the smaller stuff in bags, and it would make it so much easier. Even when you have like pizzas and smaller stuff, it makes it easier. Why not just put it in a bag? And they don't put stickers or anything to seal the little boxes. My Pizza Hut's bad about that for some reason. So anyway, it's awkward to just be holding the box that their food is directly in, instead of it being in a bag. But anyway, got it delivered, and I was gonna wait at Walmart for an order, but they're only sending me the same order over and over again, so it seems like it's slow. So I turned Doordash back on and I got this little $4 order. It's going to Chicken Express, which is usually pretty quick, so I'm gonna go in and see if it's ready, and this might be my last Doordash for the day. We'll see. Well, it is Tuesday, August 4th. I think I said yesterday was the 3rd. It was the 2nd. I'm all over the place. I think I said at the beginning of the video that I was starting the vlog on the 2nd. It was actually the 3rd, because that was yesterday, and today's the 4th, Tuesday. And it is 1:15, and I just got my first order. Kind of a similar story as yesterday. I did have my Dash on for about 30 minutes at lunch. Wasn't getting anything, so I had my own lunch, and then I turned my apps back on. I was sitting at the house, not really wanting to get out in this 100-degree weather. But I wasn't getting anything, so I decided to get out. I drove down toward Walmart, and I got a dollar store shop. I think it's $6 for 6 items. Couple of duplicates. Okay, I got the dollar store items shop for. It wasn't that bad. It was all like pasta noodles and pasta sauce, and then a few 6-pack of Gatorades. It was very easy. And now I have a pizza order, going to some apartments, I believe. So I'm gonna go in and see if it's ready. I think they got ice cream, which is unfortunate because, like I said, it's 100 degrees, but whatever. They're the ones ordering it. So I got the pizzeria order picked up. It was ready when I got there. It was going to some apartments. It was supposed to be handed to me. I got to the apartments. It was upstairs. Knocked on the door. Nobody came. Knocked on the door again. Nobody came. Sent a text saying I'm here. Waited another probably 30-45 seconds. Nobody came, so I knocked again. After I knocked the 3rd time, I just went ahead and started getting the stuff out of the bags, and I put it at their door, and then I knocked again as I was walking off, and I just marked couldn't hand to customer. So don't know why people say hand it to me and then they don't come to the door. I mean, I'd rather them not come to the door, but it's kind of annoying when they say hand it to me and then they don't answer the door. I've delivered there probably 3 or 4 times, and I feel like once or twice I've handed it to them, and the other times I've left it at the door. So anyway, now I am at the grocery store because I placed a pickup order because our local grocery store was doing like a deal. They're trying to get people to do more curbside, I guess. $40 off when you spend like 70 or more. So I was like, heck yeah, that's a really good deal. So I ordered some ground beef, some yogurts. We've been trying to be healthier. We've actually been eating healthy for just over 2 weeks, and we have been exercising every single day for like a month, which is crazy for us because we're not super we don't stick to those things. Usually we do it for like a week, maybe 2 weeks max, and then we give it up. So I'm pretty proud of us right now. It is kind of boring, you know, eating kind of the similar things over and over. We eat a lot of chicken, veggies, some rice, some potatoes, and then we'll eat red meat some as well. But anyway, I did the pickup order for 4 p.m. and it's only 2 and it says it's ready. Well, I ended up getting an order while deciding if I was going to go ahead and pick up my groceries. So, and it was ready when I walked in. Heck yeah. I got that order dropped off. I was leaving at door, and then I got a KFC order before I could pause. I always pause in between orders. I personally don't love doing stacks. I mean, if they send me a good stack off rip, I'll take it. But I usually pause in between orders so they don't stack me while I'm already working on something else. Just a preference thing. I don't know. Both Walmart, Spark, and Doordash actually I've been having to force stop the apps like very often. Like on Spark, I have to force stop the app after like scanning a few items because it'll just sit there. I'll scan an item and it'll just sit there with a loading screen, you know, the little circle of doom, just never ending. So I have to force stop it and then reopen, rescan. It's annoying. And then DoorDash, the directions won't work. Every time I accept an order and then I hit directions, it just goes to the map, but nothing ever, it doesn't load. It doesn't fully load and start like telling you where to go or what to do or none of that. So I tried to exit the map and then I was going to pause and then I was going to force stop the app, reopen it. And right when I went to go pause, they tried to add on a $2 stack, which I declined. But anyway, I just got to KFC and it's going not very far down the road to a hotel. So I'm going to go in and see if it's ready. He was tying up the KFC order when I got in there. There was 2 drinks as well. I got it done, dropped off at the door. It was right off the elevator, so not bad. And I am burning up. It's 104 degrees outside. I thought it was only supposed to be 100 today, which, I mean, once you get to 100, might as well go up, right? You can't even tell the difference. Well, it is now Wednesday. I did take one more order yesterday. I forgot to get the original screenshot, but it paid $8.04 and it was going probably like 1.9 miles, something like that. I did wait probably 10 or 15 minutes in the restaurant. They were packed. It's a new restaurant, so you know, everybody's wanting to try it out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I don't know how much footage I got, but surely it's enough for a video for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next video.